Since the 1960s, there has been ongoing discussions about reimagining State Street to improve the pedestrian experience and bring more life to the street amidst a changing retail environment. The latest planning effort is called Create State.
So the State Street Master Plan is a visioning phase. We're really excited about embarking on this process to think about conceptual design for the downtown area and then an implementation plan that will help make the future of State Street really great. We're wanting to get community input and buy-in, and this plan really is going to be the ultimate vision for downtown for the future.
Well, in the 70s, downtown was threatened with the loss of retail. We'd had large shopping centers built on the periphery of town, regional shopping centers being built north and south of us. So bringing back and retaining retail downtown was the goal, and that was by attracting department stores and more parking, retail activity downtown. Well, today we're faced with different challenges, but again, I think in very many ways, similarly significant challenges. The Amazon effect, the distribution of how retail is being done, essentially the loss, if you will, of pedestrian shopper goods in downtown areas. We're looking at a future which is a little unknown relative to the economic changes, the social changes, the demographic changes which are coming at us. Downtown today is on the verge of basically having to look at what's the next 20 to 40 years of challenges. How can we be most resilient basically to weather those challenges and to prosper and grow and make the downtown the vital sense of place, sense of history, sense of celebration it's always been. Right now we have a two-pronged process, right? And it's not as evident to some, but it will be over time. In the short term, right, we have an ad hoc committee of the council that's working on interim operations in the next 2 to 4 years to basically try things out and see how things work, right? That is actually identifying what things need to be addressed immediately, right? I think this process, the long-term State Street Advisory Committee process, will identify the larger vision and what the steps will be to get there over the long term. So I think the two meld together, that the short-term ad hoc will inform and advise some of the processes that we roll into the long-term vision.
It is a big job, and there's a lot of different opinions and different thoughts on what this downtown space can look like and can be, but that's the exciting part. I mean, we want to hear everybody's opinions, even if they're different, and that's what is going to make this sort of a unique and exciting experience, I think, in the long term. We'll take community input, and that will all go into what we're calling the urban design framework. So we're looking at existing conditions on the ground, what the community's vision of the space is and could be, and then that urban design framework will really start to get us to talk about conceptual designs for the long term in this space. We really want to engage people where they're at. We're here on State Street, and we'll continue to be on State Street every week, either at a tabling event or a pop-up similar to what we're doing today. But also, we're looking at going beyond just State Street in the downtown area. So this is the project space, and that's why we're here. In addition, we want to go beyond that. So you'll see us in parks, you'll see us at other community gathering spaces around the Santa Barbara area, in all different neighborhoods, really trying to hear from our community members on what they want to see.
We're getting away from essentially trying to move everybody with automobiles. We're trying to get people into multimodal transportation activities. Again, to be most resilient and effective to the challenges of the future, right? We need essentially to retool, right, where our downtown is going to be. I think it's really important that this effort basically be multi-generational. Downtown for a long time was a shopping mall, but I think downtown needs to be more than that. We're going to bring housing. We need to basically bring older people, younger people, kids back to downtown. One of the things I've really liked to see is the kids on bikes downtown. You never saw that before. And that bringing that community, our community, back to its downtown for shared activities, that's our goal, and I hope we can hang on to it. I think my hope would be a downtown master plan for State Street, which is something which can be reactive to all the challenges we're going to face within the coming decades, from climate change, from from the economic changes that we're starting to see today, and in fact becomes essentially, as we've all called it, right, the living room for the community, where in fact this is where the community comes together to share their values.
For more information about the State Street Master Plan, visit statestreet.santabarbaraca.gov.